welcome to yet another live stream here today. Oh boy, okay, I don't even know where to start. First of all, I am not at all prepared for this. I threw stuff together last minute, because I just got done freaking editing a video for like 6 hours, which is the one that's being uploaded right now and will be finished by the time, I think, it'll probably be, I actually don't know when it'll finish uploading. What's it at right now? It'll probably be finished by like 12 o'clock. So technically it's the next day, but I mean, come on, it's close. Alright, just testing my audio. Alright, I'm not sure how loud the game's gonna be compared to me, so I'm gonna need to ask some questions about that. I don't know how many people are gonna show up, because this is a really late stream.
Spartan, we cannot let this area fall into Covenant hands.
And Pedro did see the post, so... Oh, what's up, Asher? Okay, I was just talking about how no one was going to see this stream, and then here we go. Because I knew Pedro saw the post, and then WX texted me. I actually didn't need to tell him. Well, actually, no, I did tell him that I was streaming tonight. Okay, let me drop the volume of the game, because the game is way too loud. So, let me tell you what's going on. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that makes it better. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna be here for a day. What? What? I just heard music. What the heck was that? Okay, I'm so confused. Alright, let me test my audio. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that makes it better. Okay, it's sounding better. I'm gonna be here for a day. Thanks, Asher. I appreciate it. Sorry, Dude, I'm a mess right now. So I just got done finishing a 6-hour edit of that video that I was talking about, that I made a post about. So, you know when I said how I was going to make Rascal Does Not Dream? What? Oh, there's civilians. Right, I'm just going to pause it and explain. What's up, Pedro? It's good to see you. I'm glad you guys are here. So, let me just burn through answering every question pretty much before we begin here. So, first things first. Why is this stream like rushed and why are things being thrown together? Well, I just got done with 6 hours of editing the video that I talked about and made the post about. So it's the What If the SCP Foundation was in the Rascal Does Not Dream universe. So I made that video. I finished it actually. I'm glad I finished it on time. And it'll be uploaded technically by it'll probably finish uploading by like 12 o'clock. Now, this isn't, remember, now we're on the uploading phase, so there's actually nothing I have to do now, so I can't make it go any faster, so I pretty much just have to wait for YouTube to upload the thing and it get finished. But the actual video's done, so that's cool. So my part's finished, you just have to wait an extra hour, I guess, so theoretically it'll be finished uploading by tomorrow, but it'll be like midnight. Okay, so that's the first thing. I spent 6 hours doing that. That was exhausting, but the video, I had a lot of fun making it. Number 2, I'm testing my audio, making sure everything is good. Number 3, I don't have a lot of time tonight, so this is going to be a pretty quick stream, although I'm glad everyone's here. I saw Pedro saw my post, and WX was asking me when my stream was going to start. Now, to answer the question, we were playing Halo Reach Firefight, but, as you guys can see, we're doing it with mods, fellas. There are mods now, because we're playing the MCC, so hopefully that adds to the spark. I would have liked to do this in a setting where the mods could be better emphasized, but I'm just doing it this time. You guys get a little sneak peek. I really like this mod. This is Halo Reach 457. I don't know what the 457 stands for, or what it means, but I know that I really like this one, because there are a lot of different things that are changed. So a lot of stuff's added to Halo Reach, the game's expanded, and I'm like half sure this mod is supposed to be for the Banished. You know, like where I'm fighting the Banished instead of the Covenant, but I really can't tell. Alright. Tell me if the audio's too loud. Yeah, Pedro, you can talk about your packages. I actually encourage you guys to bring up topics to talk about, because I didn't come prepared with anything here today. I actually didn't even know what game I was going to play until like 20 minutes ago. So, yeah. Now, it wasn't a hard decision, right? I was like, okay, well, this would be a cool idea. Just a chill game to play. Let me test audio again. I want to make sure it's not too loud. It's a little loud, but I think I'm still good. here, let me, I'm gonna drop the game audio a little bit more, and then tell me if the game audio gets too quiet. But there you go, that should be good. It's not as loud as it usually is when I play Halo. So, first one arrived today. No, Asher. Oh, you're talking about the package. Sorry, I thought for a second I thought you were saying you were the first one that arrived here today. I was like, dude, Asher clearly came first. But no, you mean packages. That's cool. So what? Not that I would really know what characters or anything they are, but which ones came in today? How did he survive that? Okay. As you can see, I got like police and everything that are backing me up, which I think is pretty cool. And also very new for Halo Reach. Although it makes sense, you know, since Reach would obviously have a police force and everyone in their cat would be fighting. Oh, that guy's dead. Oh yeah, as you can see, a bunch of the enemies are changed around and all the guns are changed around. So, the enemies are way worse. Or way worse to fight, I mean, not way worse as in they suck. They suck to fight, but you see their armor's better, well, not those guys, these guys do. Their armor's different as well. Alright, sorry, I'm not reading chat. Let's see. And it is animated Shockwave, and he is a blast. Is that supposed to be a pun? Ooh, yeah, I know Shockwave, is what Asher said. The second one is, let's see it. Why can't I read that? It wasn't letting me scroll down. Okay. The second one is a new figure coming February-ish. Cool, so I get, Brascal Does Not Dream's final movie, and you get a Transformers figure. Sounds like a good February, assuming something doesn't magically pop up and screw me and blow me up or something. That makes me want to make a Valentine's Day joke. Like, what are you guys doing on Valentine's Day? That's right, nothing. So, and then you make the joke back to me, and we all laugh together and then slowly cry. No scope. Is that a Revenant? No, it's a Spectre. There's a freaking Spectre down there. Oh, I should point that out. They added new vehicles, too, for this mod. Or maybe it's just replacing other vehicles, but still. Yo, it's good, WX Analyst. We're doing a chill stream. This one's a relaxed one. So basically, come up with a topic, and I'll talk about it. We're playing modded Halo Reach. So as you can see, everything is mods.
Double kill.
Well, it's all one big mod, but still, it's the 457 mod. I don't know why it's called that, but I think it's in reference to one of the comics, or like one of the Halo books, which is why I think it's the Banished. And they're also, some of them are using Banished weapons, which is why I think that. So, I'm not sure. Okay, just making sure the drop pod wasn't dropping on my head, because that's happened before. Never tell you guys, I went like 3 rounds out of 4. Deathless, or no, it was 2 rounds out of 3, and then not counting the bonus round. Went that long, and then a freaking Wraith got dropped on my head, and I rage quit. That was when I was like 9 years old, but I still remember that. Let's see. I'm just the one in the corner for Valentine's Day, is what Asher said. Yeah, I thought so. Me too. Let's see, and there was going to be another one, but what is it? Sculpers took it before I could? Scalpers? I don't know what that means, but okay. Maybe you misspelled it. You do, actually, you do that commonly, so it's possible. And there was... Okay. I thought new message was in chat. There was not. Anyways, any of you can bring up a topic. I will not stop you.
Double kill.
Honestly, you could probably bring up anything as long as I can have a genuine discussion about it, and it's not something like random and edgy for no reason. You know, so you're not gonna be like, hey man, you know, I was just thinking about how much... Actually... Heck, you could probably bring that. Honestly, I can't think of anything you really can't bring up that I won't be able to talk about. Besides, like, I don't know, maybe something personal. Scalpers. Okay, is that... I mean, I still don't really understand what you mean. Maybe somebody else could explain it to me. Or I guess you could just explain it to me. But... Or if you don't feel like explaining it, then that's cool, too. I don't really... It's not my realm of not... Where is this guy at? Is he in the corner? Oh, there he is. He's hiding. I was gonna say, I see this guy on my radar. I don't know what's going on.
Double kill.
Alright. Let's see. That's the right way to spell it, right? I don't know. Well, I don't even know what you're describing is the thing. Otherwise, I would know. Because if it's not language I would use commonly, then I'm probably not going to know what it... Well, I guess that's not inherently true. I don't know. I guess you just found a word that I don't know. I was going to say, if I don't use it commonly, then I probably don't know it, but that's obviously not true, because then that would apply to all Shakespeare and, like, historical texts, which I would know. So, you know... Then that doesn't really... It's not the same thing. Is the game loud or quiet? Let me check. But that's obviously not true, because that would apply to... I'll raise my volume a little bit. I mean, it is good. The volume is not terrible. It's just not fantastic. Alright, there you go. I improved my volume by 0.3. Bro, my For You page is so mind-numbingly stupid, is what Asher said. What's on your For You page? Mine is, let me think. Mine is SCP, Asmongold, and, like, American Rep. Where did the brutes come from? Why are they behind me? I don't think I heard a drop pod. Alright, what's this? So, Everyman, there was going to be another package coming soon, but scalpers took it before I could even look at it. No, I understood the full other rest of that. I don't know what a scalper is what I'm questioning. If I had an understanding of what that is, then I would understand the full context. Because obviously I grasped the concept that somebody took it before you could get it, but I don't know what a scalper is. Maybe if you explained it to me, then I would realize not knowing what it is stupid, but... I don't know. Does anybody else know what that is? That's another good question. What was that thing? I'm looking at some, I don't even know. I don't know where these guys are. Who doesn't know what a scalper is? Me? Yeah, I don't know what it is either. Okay, so I'm not alone in not knowing what it is. Does WX know what it is? I'd say if everybody besides Pedro doesn't know what it is, then it's not a word that's used common. I've actually never heard anybody say that before. Oh, there's enemy humans. You guys see this?
Overkill.
Yes, die. Die, human. What is this? Oh, this is a weird gun. Oh, I hate it. I hate everything about it. Give me that. There you go. I got that Halo Reach right. AR. Almost just said rifle. I mean, it is a rifle, but it's not. It's just calling it a rifle is not really specific. Yeah, look at these basic, regular humans trying to kill a Spartan. That's cute. Did you guys see the Northern Lights tonight? No, I didn't go outside today. Let's see. who know, like, a Pokemon scalper? I still don't know. Cricket noises. Where you see people buying a bunch of Pokemon cards just to sell them at a higher price. I mean, okay, thanks for the definition. Just so you know, I've never heard that term before. Namely because I don't collect anything. So, that guy not have pants? Okay, he was just wearing shorts. These guys are not a very well-armed militia, are they? And look at them fighting a Spartan. This is the dumb... You guys are morons. They really think they're playing GTA. Don't you know GTA 6 got delayed, you clowns?
Round start.
That's called making profit, is what Asher said. Well, yeah, basically. Or just any collectible thing, really. Yeah, I don't collect anything. Let me think. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I have a collection of Ghostface masks. And also a collection of... Let me think. Does manga count as a collection, though? Because then you could say you have a movie collection. I guess I have a manga collection then, because it's all Tonikawa Over the Moon for You, and then there's one whatchamacallit, Love is War. Sorry, I couldn't think of it for a second. I was drawing a blank. What else? It's not really a collection right now, but I am gathering quintessential quintuplets merchandise. So, like, I have 2 video games of it. I have, 2 action figures that are propped up in my room. I don't have a face cam, but if I did have a face cam, one thing you'd see off to the side is just 2 quintessential quintuplets figurines. Jesus, this music is obnoxious here. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. I bought a model Gundam and gave up instantly while making it. That sounds about right, yeah. Some things just take too much time for you to want to mess with. Which reminds me, that thing that I was doing on Yandere Simulator, where I'm like remodeling the whole game, yeah, that's taken forever. Because I had to pause it, because I had a video to make, obviously, and then I had a bunch of other stuff going on throughout the week, and then even more crap popping up. So I just haven't had much time to work on it. I got a little bit of progress, more from last time that I mentioned it, but I haven't gotten too far. I still got 2 characters to customize, and then I have all the diaries and like event stuff that I still gotta do. It's not the event stuff, it's the clubs and things. That's another thing. So, anyways, there's a lot of crap I gotta go through. But that just reminded me of starting something and not wanting to finish it because it takes for freaking ever. And then I want to write stuff, but I don't have time to write because you're held at gunpoint and forced to go to an expanded education system that shouldn't exist. You know, it's like, okay, you get high school and then you get college, and they're both, no matter what anybody says, they're both virtually one and the same, in the sense that you were essentially required to do it. Yeah, college, you theoretically have a choice, and then your alternative is death, pretty much. And it's like, okay, do I want poverty or do I want to be held at gunpoint and forced to do this? It's like, okay, well, do I really have a choice? You know, it's Hobson's choice, I guess. I can theoretically make it if I don't. I mean, you can join the military, but then the military is its own brand of stupidity. You know, it's like I respect the people who are willing to go into the military. You know, like Yukari, for example. I respect those guys, but I mean, I won't. Because I hate taking orders constantly. Which is, you know, like, once again, you need people that are going to do that. I'm just not that person. Let's see. Oh, Rascal video's done? And it was before 12 o'clock. Let's get it. Thanks, Pedro. Let's see. The only time I need to buy something from a scalper was Vortex. That was $40 when the normal price was $25. That's only $15 markup. That's not bad. Rascal video's done. Yay. Oh, you posted it already. I'm talking about the video. Yeah, I noticed. Well, notice now that you mentioned it. All right. Oh? Hang on, I had a post or something that got a heart from someone. Or it wasn't a post, it'd be a comment. What is this? It was a comment I left on U.S. gun... Yeah, I guess that's a topic. So, I watched this video, and it was U.S. gun laws by state, and, like, how strict they are. And you'll notice that all the states with the strictest gun laws are all Democrat. And also the states with the highest crime rate are all the ones with the most strict gun laws. And then the comments I left was, see any obvious patterns? Which is it's self-explanatory, right? The cities that have the highest crime rate have the strictest gun laws, because the criminals have guns and the average person doesn't. So that just reminded me of that. Because I got my comment got a heart from the person who posted the video, so I thought that was cool. I try to leave like comments on stuff. First of all, I tend to leave comments only when I think that my opinion has like any value, or it doesn't even have to be my opinion, but like some sort of comment I think will be useful is when I'll leave a comment. Either that or I'm joking about something, you know, if it's like Star Wars. But, yeah, if it's something serious, I tend to leave comments. But I also do it because if somebody's curious, and, you know, you have a lot of people that see your comment and enjoy whatever you said, then, you know, they can check out the channel and gets you more people to watch. Like, my hope, not that this will probably happen, but my hope is that I can watch or do enough stuff with, like, certain, you know, like, I think Asmongold's the big one, just because he'll watch something from anyone. If you get someone like that's attention, then that's it. I mean, you get a bunch of people that are able to watch, and then it gets a lot of exposure. And my problem is exposure, because I can do the quality, I can improve stuff, you know, I can do video ideas, I do, you know, stream and video ideas all the time. I care about my audience, and what they think. Right now, I'll still do my own thing based on what I want to do, but I do care, you know, like, for example, I was debating whether I should delay the stream today, but I was like, no, you guys have freaking spent almost 2 weeks waiting for this. I'm not just gonna jip you out of the stream last second, right? So instead, I just picked something, got started, and here we are. It's going pretty well. Let me read the chat real quick. After stream, I'll watch the new video. Thanks, Pedro. It's actually, by the way, Pedro, you don't need to see the show ahead of time to understand what's being said in the video. I explain everything that you need to know. It's actually a really good one. I like it. It's probably one of my favorite videos. See, I kind of do the same with comments too, Everyman. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. Let's see, I like to think that Yukari would play the horsewoman game. Uma Musume, yeah, that's what you mean. While he's pulling up to D-Day. Honestly, in the U.S. Marines, they would do that. They usually do that when it's like if they're shipped off to Japan and stationed in Japan. They do a lot of stuff with anime. Because I've seen some stuff with U.S. military, and they have anime posters and things. Let's see. You're probably right, Asher. Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty common. It's actually one of the... I've said actually 3 times in a row, I'm sorry. One of the most common things,
double kill,
since I don't even remember when this started, is male soldiers, so, you know, like, basically all of them, have female, like, paint jobs and things like that, where it's like paint jobs of famous women. So, for example, the U.S. Marines on their tanks and things, or in bases, things like that, you get, like, spray paint of women. I'm thinking of Air Force. I don't know. Tanks probably did it too, I'm sure. But the Air Force did that a lot, where they spray paint like ladies and things.
Triple kill.
That are famous at the time. It's like Marilyn Monroe is a really common one. Sorry, I'm splitting my attention between shooting enemies with a tiny reticle and talking at the same time. And then the enemies can survive more in this mod.
Triple kill.
As you can see here, I just punched a jackal and I have to punch him a second time. Let's see. And he will have a little picture of some anime characters from Girls and Panzer in his hat. I mean, yeah, it's actually pretty fitting. Let's see. Japanese appreciation flag, just an anime chick. At this point in time, that's pretty much what a Japanese appreciation thing would look like. By the way, Japan's protection of expression of creativity over there with anime, pure respect. They have a government that actually likes them. And their government also isn't filled with the freaking elderly, or at least not as bad as the United States is. You know, it's like, I don't mind the president being pretty old as long as he's functioning. You know, it's like Biden was both too old and he was deteriorating in office, you know, compared to, like, Trump is super old, but he's still functioning. How do I know he's still functioning? Well, because no person his age that would have health issues can talk as much as he does, okay? And he talks clearly like 95% of the time. And the 5% of the time that he doesn't is when he's rambling. Not because you can't understand what he's saying. But it's like the rest of the government, you know, you get that, what's her face? Why can't I think of her freaking name? Old lady, she's like 80 years old, retiring from the Senate or Congress or something. I think it's the Senate. What's her freaking name? I can't think of it. Sleepy Joe? Yeah. No, it's, dang it. I can't think of her name. Trump talks smack about her like... She's in like the top 10 people that he talks smack about. Or at least he did a lot in 2020, I don't know. I can't think of her freaking name. Old lady, whatever, she's retiring, she's gonna die off soon. It is what it is, but a lot of plasma grenades, ow. Anyways, but, you know, it's like we get these old crusty fellows in office, and most of them, I mean, to say they're elected is like kind of blowing it out of proportion. They're like loosely elected by 30 people, and then, you know, they remain in power for their entire freaking lives. You know, compare that to the president with a 4-year term. It's egregious. Pelosi, that's it. Yeah, who's literally ancient. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Japan doesn't have all 100-year-olds in their freaking office. How are there brutes spawning behind me? I'm not even seeing or hearing these drop pods. Alright, they're all dead. Cool. Anyways, yeah, and they got a new prime minister. They got a... What's her name? Dang it, dude, I'm losing my marbles here. Maybe I'm the freaking geriatric. Jesus. My mind is fried. I've been doing nothing but editing for this entire day.
Triple kill.
Let me think. And then pretty much my only food source today has been carbs and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. Let's see. I guess... No, I did eat mushrooms. So, yeah. Walmart mushrooms are probably healthy enough, right? That probably makes up for things. Let's see. I don't know anything about politics, is what Asher said. Yeah, usually Yukari's the one I have these discussions with. But I mean, I sustain myself about it. I just can't think of freaking people's names right now. Anyways, Japan got a new prime minister. I knew her name, and then I can't think of it right now. I know it's a female. It's their first ever female prime minister. I can't think of anyone's names right now, so I'm kind of just dying. But yeah, she seems cool, and she did a missile deal with Trump the moment she got into office. So I thought that was also, you know, obviously I have a bias, so I would think that's cool. And then also the U.S. sold them jets, so like I think they were F-35s. So that was also cool.
Remaining.
What else? And then their government passed something that protected the rights, the freedom of expression. So, you know, in other words, anime couldn't be censored significantly because nobody wants that. That'd be like the biggest middle finger to your population. And do you know what Japan doesn't do? They don't do what the UK does, where they intentionally try to make their population as miserable as possible for no apparent reason. I mean, it's really not that hard to make your people not hate you. It's as simple as do what the majority wants, and don't do anything you know will make everybody collectively mad. Right? Like, in the US, you have two separate parties, and it's always going to be like half and half that hate you versus love you. Okay? And if you do something really stupid, then both hate you. And limiting anime or TV shows is one of those things that makes everyone hate you, because there's no positive to it. Why would you ever do that? There's no reason to it. You know, it's like, let me think of, I can't even really, let me think of an equivalent. It's kind of like having a soldier come to your house every day. The government sends soldiers to every person's house, okay? And every day they knock on your door and then force you to listen to circus music every day for 10 minutes. It's so stupid. There's absolutely no gain to doing it versus intentionally making your people mad. That's pretty much what the UK does in general, is they'll do whatever the people like, they'll do the totally complete opposite. And, you know, they've been taken over. You've heard me, ironically, I've criticized Britain probably more than any other country on the channel.
Double kill.
Namely because I can, you know. It's like North Korea, I mean, what's there to be said? You know, it is what it is. They do their thing, everyone knows what's wrong with it. But the UK, I mean, they're falling apart. Sorry, I got on a huge tangent because, you know, things to talk about. Got into a political tirade. Although I do that, I don't do it commonly, but I mean, you guys have heard plenty of times. I punched that guy in the face and he didn't die. I don't know how that's possible. I'm playing as a Spartan 3. It's like, dude, I could punch a freaking ODST and kill him in one hit. I'm not gonna punch some random militant and not kill him. So how are you fellas doing? And, WX Analyst, how is bowling? So I know you did that over the weekend. Sorry, I got focused. I was trying to kill the hunter. Jesus! Oh, that's new. We got a purple hunter, and he's dead. Okay. I'm going fine, you? I'm going pretty alright. I've been getting better sleep than usual. I almost said satisfactory sleep. That's kind of overselling it. What else? The new video's out. I actually really liked that one. What is it? Oh! Something I can talk about. I'll wait till you guys finish your telling me how you guys are doing, and then I'll bring up a new topic. I just remembered a good one. I'm not sure how much you guys will care, but it's something fun at least. What is it? I actually didn't go bowling, believe it or not. I had to work most of the weekend. You're a liar. Lies and deceit. Did you go bowling Friday then? Last Friday?
Double kill.
I don't believe you didn't go bowling.
Double kill.
That's impossible. Wait, what? WX is what Pedro asked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way he didn't go bowling. There's some sort of deception that's lying here. Some sort of technicality. Okay, you're not getting away with it, WX Analyst. Let's see. I started a new Cyberpunk 2077 run, is what Asher said. Nice, man. I've never played it, but I have a friend that plays it. And Johnny Silverhand is like his signature character in everything. In Gmod, he plays as Johnny Silverhand. His profile picture is Johnny Silverhand. And he also has this thing he got on Steam. You know how you can spend Steam points on things? And it's of Johnny Silverhand. Now, granted, people tend to just spend their points on anything with Steam, but still. You know, it's like I just buy random things with my Steam points, because I've like I have tens of thousands of Steam points collected up. I don't know what to do with them, so I just like randomly spend them on things. Like, for example, I got this Party Animals GIF that I can just randomly send to people through Steam chat. It's basically useless, but it's pretty funny. Alright, let's see. I was going to, but it was too busy, and we're told that there weren't any open lanes. Dang, at the Crackpot, they told them there were no open lanes? That's new. What was it, like a middle school competition going on? I just shot that brute literally 3 times and he didn't die. That was weird. Can I even assassinate these brutes? Because these are modded versions of the normal brutes, so I'm not even fully sure that I can. These guys have the thickest skin. I can snipe them square in the spine and it doesn't kill me. Headshots are still headshots, though. You're welcome. Alright. Johnny's just awesome, period. Well, I haven't played this, so I can't really judge whether he is or not. I've seen memes of him, but I don't really know anything about him other than that Keanu Reeves plays him. Oh, that guy died. Okay. Okay, well, everybody's finished explaining, so I'm just going to... I'm going to go on my thing. Do you guys see that no-scope while hopping down on top of the pilot of the Wraith? Somebody clip that. Anyways, let's get started. So, basically, while I was making the video, and while I was, right after I finished watching Rascal Does Not Dream Season 2, I learned that there's supposed to be one more thing to top off the series, and that's a movie that takes place, it's supposed to release January, and it'll probably be dubbed, like, February or March. So then that's going to be the end of Rascal Does Not Dream, which is pretty sad, because I really like the series, but there is a good amount of content in it, so I can't really complain. It's also not, like, wasting my time, unlike some other things that you might know, but I digress. Anyways, so I continued watching. I actually made a post, or not made a post about it, not specifically, but I did mention it in my post. Pedro saw it, I'm pretty sure, and I said that I'm watching a couple of Cuckoo Season 2, just so you guys know. So I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I made a tier list video, because I make a lot of tier list videos. It might have been my first ever tier list video, or no, it wasn't my first, it was one of my first. I ranked romance anime, right? And it was all the ones that I had seen at the time. And I rated them like a normal tier list. And on that tier list, one of the tiers was average, which basically meant that I didn't have anything in particular to say about it, but I thought it was pretty good. And a couple of Cuckoos was in the average tier. So I don't know what crack I was smoking that day, but when I watched Season 2, I watched literally one episode, and I got 1 single minute into the episode, and I paused the episode, I turned, and I said, what have I been doing? I don't know where I was, I don't know what I was thinking, but I should have been watching a couple of Cuckoo Season 2. I've been on crack. I actually made a video joking about a couple of Cuckoo Season 2 not coming out until like a month later. That was the one with Obama and Trump, where they're both talking to each other, making jokes, and Obama was crying about a couple of Cuckoo Season 2 not being out, and they kept trying to think of new anime to watch. That was the video. And I still, it wasn't that I was putting it off, I just had other shows that I was focusing on for video's sake and stream's sake. Mostly videos, but I did mention them on streams. And so anyways, I started watching Season 2. It's peak. I take, ever since, just so you guys know, after To Love Ru, I am never taking a main character granted again. Because I took so many anime main characters I've taken for granted. I just, like, I'm just pretending like they're acting like how they're supposed to act, you know? This is just, I'm looking at a normal default kind of character. Turns out default characters are exactly the kinds of ones you want. Hang on, can we take a look at this guy real quick? This guy has awesome armor. Do you see that? He's got the Zealot armor, but it's all yellow and green. That's awesome. Here, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
On. Iron. On. Bonus round.
Can I get a good shot of him? Let's do like right there. Alright, cool. Anyways, so I watched a couple of Cuckoo Season 2, or I haven't finished it, but I started watching it. Turns out the average main characters, the main characters that act like normal people, they're the best ones. Or at least they're the best ones in terms of, like, compared to what I've been seeing.
Double kill.
And I like Sakata in Rascal Does Not Dream, but he's a special kind of main character because everything is so weird in the show, and everything is obviously supernatural, that you don't get a lot of time focusing on Sakata as a person, and you get more time focusing on the conflict. While in a couple of Cuckoos, it's an actual rom-com, right? Like, all the shows I've been watching are considered romance comedy. However, if you actually watch them, they're not, right? They have romance in them, but they're not rom-coms. You know what I mean? A couple of Cuckoos, it is a rom-com in every sense of the word, and it is so much fun to watch.
Triple kill.
And I'm having a blast, honestly. And Nagi is such a fun main character, and everything is so goofy. Now, one thing I do kind of have a problem with is that all of the women in the show, they make the people on High Anime so mad. If you go to the comments on High Anime, for like To Love Ru, people were cracking jokes and having fun. Rascal Does Not Dream, everybody was talking about how peak it was. Is this always open? Whoa. That's cool. Sorry, I didn't notice the mod had that. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm a Halo fan, so I just geeked out about that for a second. Anyways, what was I even saying? Let me take a second to reflect here. Right. Rascal Does Not Dream, High Anime, all the people, they're sucking on it. They love it. Okay? Yes, I'm making it weird. To Love Ru, everyone's having fun, everyone's having a blast, everyone's like, dude, what's going on? And then some other guy would go, bro, it's peak, in reply to the first guy. When you watch Couple of Cuckoos on High Anime, people are so mad. They're either advertising something, so they're not actually watching it, or they are enraged, okay? They are losing their marbles. Alright, I gotta show you guys some of the freaking comments on something. Matter of fact, no, I'm not allowed to do that. I was gonna say, one of these days, we gotta watch some episodes of an anime on stream, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I mean, like, I don't know. Do you guys think that if I deleted, like, if the stream didn't exist after I stream? Let's wrap up Firefight real quick. We have literally 2 seconds left. Let's finish it so we can talk.
Bonus round over.
We'll take all the victories we can get. Enjoy this one while you can. The line has been breached, Spartan. I'm calling in orbital assets to close the gap.
Alright, cool. Mission accomplished. 0 deaths. Good work, boys. Alright. 361 kills. That's what I like to see. Anyways, alright. Let me talk now. So, Jesus. Sorry, I have to, like, every time I get interrupted or I have to pause, then I lose track of what I'm doing, or what I'm talking about. Let's see. Right. I could do what I did with the Helldiver stream, where the stream existed, but then after the fact, it's no longer in existence, just because, the way that it was. Maybe, let me think. You know what? We can try it. Okay, so fellas, one of these days, I'm probably not going to do it with a couple of Cuckoos. I'm probably going to do it with a new show. Just because I want to watch a couple of Cuckoos, and I'm having fun watching it on my own. I don't want to just, like, throw you guys in the middle of a show. So, instead, I think when we start a new show, I'm going to start it on stream, and then I'm going to delete the stream from YouTube, okay? But, after I delete it from YouTube, I'm going to download it, get it onto my phone where I normally edit everything, and then I'm going to edit it to where it might not get me copyrighted. Do you guys think that'd be a good idea? So I could do some reaction stuff. Because you guys should know, when I react to something, dude, it is the pinnacle of fair use. I'm talking like every 5 seconds, I'm breaking things down. I'm having whole side discussions. It's like, okay, that's what fair use is supposed to be. Fair use is not me sitting in the corner drinking a freaking Diet Coke, right? Like, that's the idea. So, if we can do that. He said, look, it is a weird show, and it is not everything you like. But you ignore the community and how some of the characters act at first. But Has-Been Hotel is a pretty good show, so that could stream. Oh, you were introducing a show. I thought you were talking about a couple of cuckoos. I was like, Asher, first of all, I didn't say any of that. Second of all, you've watched it? No, you were talking about a different show I haven't seen. Okay. I'm not so sure about that. Actually, you know what I just realized? Who's suggesting the show? The person who just suggested the show. It didn't click for me at first, but now I get it. It took me a second. I was like, wait a minute. Anyways, here, last thing we're gonna do on stream is I'm going to go to Hi Anime, and I'm gonna show you some of the comments, just so you guys know how angry people get. It's so funny. Basically the reason that they get mad is that a couple of cuckoos, the only thing that isn't the best about it is that the women in a couple of cuckoos, the female characters, they're not the best kind of people. Let's say that. Let me review the options, shall we? We have the main character's quote-unquote fiance. She's technically his fiance, but it was an arranged marriage by their parents. Let's see. Everyman, the Your Idea. All right. Yeah, I'm considering it now. I think that'll be a good idea. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. But one thing is for sure, on stream, you guys are still going to see me watch the show. Because it's not like YouTube's going to send a sentinel to kill me in the middle of the stream because they don't like it. You know what I mean? So there's some leeway for what you guys see. And when I said nice idea, I mean your idea. Yeah, I understood. I was already replying to it. I know there's a delay on stream, so that's why you specified that, but I did actually get what you meant. Anyways, main character, so what's her, so Erika who's one of the main characters. She's she's a little overbearing, okay, and that's why some people might not like her. Then there's the main character's crush. She's kind of loose, I guess. She's hard to navigate. She's a little difficult, okay? Then there's the main character's sister, Sachi, right? Remember, this is an anime, so like in a romance anime, they consider that as an option at all instead of that being like an eliminated option. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, she's kind of... I actually really like the character. I don't see anything wrong with her, but a lot of people think she's annoying. So even though, I don't know, I think she's freaking hilarious, but most people think she's annoying. And then finally, there's the new character they introduced, named Ai, and she's a yandere. What do I mean by a yandere? Well, I mean, you guys should know what that means by definition, but she literally has an entire wall of the main character's face. It is weird. And she's a celebrity, right? She's an idol. And so, here, let me just back out of the game. And so she's an idol, and she exposes the main character publicly. Not exposes him for doing something, but basically tells the paparazzi that she and him are a thing, and they're not. Which, you know what that means. He gets harassed by the paparazzi, okay? And so, anyways, these characters, they're not the best kinds of people. Or at least the female characters. The main character doesn't do anything. He's just kind of a victim to this. So then a lot of people get so mad. Which, I mean, it's kind of understandable. But, like, the level of which they get angry is unimaginable. So anyways, let me see if I'm allowed to show these comments. No. Lots of scammers. Okay. And a lot of weird stuff. So this episode seems to be overrun with scammers. What's the next one? Let me see. Okay, yeah, I can't show these comments. Alright. Anyways. Yeah, we're not going to read the Gooner comments. These people are weird. Alright. Well, that's going to wrap things up. Okay, I just saw a thumbnail that was disturbing, and I'm going to go wash my eyes out with bleach. Okay, fellas. So, this is my shortest stream, just so you guys know. But it's actually not as short as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be like a 30-minute stream. This was 50 minutes. Or it's 51 minutes. Which is actually kind of close to what it usually is on the lower end, right? So, like, I think my shortest stream is like an hour and 15 minutes. This one's going to be like 52 minutes by the time we're finished here. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. A decent amount of people actually, actually came and watched this. That's pretty cool. Everybody, actually, we're going to end off with this one thing. I am requesting all of you to do something very special for me. Everywhere you can, get the most recent video I just made, get it to them. I'm talking anything you can find, anywhere you can put it. If you wanna make a Snapchat out of it, make a Snapchat. If you wanna put it on Instagram, put it on Instagram. Share it on YouTube, make shorts out of it. You have my full permission to do so. Okay, if you want to make a short out of it on TikTok or something, because I don't have it and I don't want it, then you can do that. If you want to put it on X, I would think twice, but I mean, you can do it if you want. And so all of those things, you have my full permission. Just also another thing, what is this? Asher said I'm admin in like 8 Discords. Cool, put it there too. Nice. Somehow I forgot about Discord. I don't really use Discord all that much, so that's why I forgot about it. But that's a good one, yeah. Everywhere you can get it. We're trying to expose as many people as we can to the everyman, because that's my problem, is exposure. Everything else, I think I've got it in the bag, but it's the exposure and keeping people's attention, it's hard. And so anyways, we gotta get it. Yep, I got you. And just so you guys know, I'm gonna request that of you a lot, just because we gotta get the number of people here. I want to see this thing grow. I want to see even more, because every time you see growth, that is like a stimulant, okay? Now, it's not quite like meth, okay? Yukari makes better meth, but it is still a boost in the right direction. And I wanted to say that. What's another thing? Just so you guys know, you guys have full permission to make like shorts and stuff out of my videos anytime you want, as long as you're not like taking a line out of context that sounds really bad. Like, for example, in the video where we were talking about the UK, I don't want you taking one of those lines out of context and you're like, hey bro, he said, blow up this location, and it's actually me comparing it to something. So none of what people do to like Asmongold and things, where they always try to take something out of context and then clip it. Don't do that. But besides that, you have full permission to make whatever shorts you want out of anything I have. I'm not going to sue you. I probably can't sue you. I also couldn't afford a lawyer. I don't even know if... Do you have to be a certain age to, use a lawyer? Or to hire a lawyer? Because, you can have one as a kid. I'm not a little kid or something. I just mean, if you're not technically an adult, do you not have... I don't know. I don't know how that works. Anyways, I'm not going to sue you. So you're fine. So don't be afraid of that, because I know anytime I take clips or something from somebody's video, I know I'm allowed to, but it's still kind of, I'm like, are they gonna find me or something? Anyways, that's all for this time. We extended the stream by a few minutes, so that's good. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, a comment, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic life.